So we are starting 8.2. This is random samples. Our learning goal, I can understand variability in samples of populations. So we have 4 vocab words: mean, median, mode, and range. So the mean is the average. So the definition is the average. Whenever it says to find the average, the way that we do that is by adding up all of the numbers that are given in our sample, and then we divide by the quantity of numbers. Next, we have the median, and the definition of a median is the middle number. So to find the median, we write all the numbers from least to greatest, and then we start crossing them off to find the middle number. So you cross them off from both sides. If there are 2 middle numbers, then you add up those 2 numbers and you divide by 2. Next, we have the mode. The definition of a mode is the number that occurs the most. So the way that we find the mode is just by looking at our data set, so all of those numbers, and we just look to see which one repeats the most. And last, we have the range. So the definition of the range, the variation in a data set. So this is how spread out our data is. To find this, we subtract our smallest number from the largest number. So let's do example 1. You and a group of friends want to know how many students in your school prefer pop music. There are 840 students in your school. Each person in the group randomly surveys 20 students. The table shows the results. So we are looking at pop music, so we rewrote that down here for you. Use each sample to make an estimate of the number of students in your school who prefer pop music. So to do this, we see that 13 people that I surveyed, or who you surveyed, or whoever surveyed, said that they like pop music. And we said that this is out of 20 people. So we are going to divide that by 20. This gives us 0.65. which means 65% of the people that we surveyed like pop music. To find our estimate, we are going to take 840 students in our school, and we're going to multiply that by 65%. But remember, when we multiply that by a percent, we actually have to use our decimal version of it. And this gives us 546 people. So obviously we didn't go around and survey all 840 students in our school, but based off of my sample, or this first sample, we can conclude that if 65% of the people that I surveyed liked pop music, then we can estimate that about 65% of the school, which would be 546 students, would like pop music. So that's just based off of my results. So friend A found out that 8 people that they surveyed out of the 20, so we're going to divide those. And when we divide those, we get 0.40. So we move that decimal twice. And so that's 40% of their people that they surveyed prefer pop music. So we're going to take 840 times our decimal version, and we find out that they would estimate that 336 people out of the whole school likes pop music. So again, friend B found out that 10 people of the 20 people that they surveyed liked pop music, so that's half of them. So that would be 0.50. We move that decimal twice, and the percent is 50% of the people that they surveyed like pop music. So that would be 840 times 50%, which is 0.50. And that gives us 420 people that they would estimate likes pop music. What's kind of nice is friend C found the same number. And so when we divide that, we get the same thing as above. So we get 50% like pop music. And again, you take that 840 people in the school times our estimate of 50% liking pop music, and we get 420 people. And then, last but not least, friend D said 9 people out of 20 like pop music. So we're going to do 9 divided by 20, and we get 0.45. Move that decimal twice, and we find that 45% of the people of their data set likes pop music. So we're going to multiply 840 times 0.45, and we get 378 people who we would estimate based off of their sample that like pop music. So now we are going to find the median, which we know from above means that middle number. And when we do that, we need to first put them in order from least to greatest. So our smallest estimate was 336. Then we had 378. Then we had 420, 420, and then 546. So now to find the middle, I'm going to cross off one number from each side, and I'm going to keep doing that until I find my middle number. So we found the median is 420 people. So we would say the middle number would be 420, and the range would be how spread out is our data. So we're going to do our largest number, which was 546, minus our smallest number, which is 336. And we find out that our range of numbers is 210. So our between from our smallest number to our largest number, there are 210 numbers in between there. So our data sets spread out quite a bit. So now I want you to try, and this time we're using rap music. It's still the same as above, so they are still surveying 20 people. So we are going to divide each one by 20. And then there's still 840 people in the building. And so that's the number that you will use to multiply to find your estimate. So I want you to complete this and then check your answer with mine.